Hey, welcome back to the Crossroad Diecast Speed Shop. Today on the turntable we have a original Sweet 16 Hot Wheels Ford J car. Ford J car was, as I said, was one of the original 16 cars that Hot Wheels came out with back in 1968. This J car is a Hong Kong casting. It's a little play one, but the wheels on it look very good, so I hope we can keep that. I also noticed that part of the one of the hinges on the back is broken, so I'm going to have to try to fix that. But I know one of the things with these cars is that so often they're missing the hoods when you find them and stuff. So it was really neat to be able to find one that's all together, and it looks like it's in pretty good shape. So we're going to get it in the shop and get the fab team, take it apart, and see what we got. Hey, all right, we got our little Ford J car into the shop, and we got the fab team take it all down and take it apart. It's not too bad. I was really happy. I was able to get all those wheels off the base, and so the base I can put it right in the stripper because it needs to be painted. Some of the American castings, if I'm not mistaken, U.S. castings weren't. They were metal. They were just left metal, but the Hong Kong ones were all painted. The interior, if you can see, it's just a very simple interior. The glass isn't too bad. A little bit scuffed and play one, but I think we clean it up a little bit and put it in the Pledge Revive, and it's going to be revived. The body, good shape. I think the only thing about the body, I got it all drilled and tapped. The only thing is that one of the pins back here, the pieces that go over to hold the hood pin in, is missing, but that's not too bad. I think I can fix that, and we'll get this thing in the stripper and get started on her. Well, here I've got the base of my Ford J car. Since it's painted, I didn't really want to dip it into the citrus strip because of all the, we've got the little hubs and stuff that are there, and I didn't want to do anything like that. So this is something I saw, I think it was Paul at Diecast Graveyard did it, and he just kind of painted it. I took in, I put some tape onto the hubs, and then I just took a brush, and I'm just kind of brushing this on there, trying to get everything off and get it on as best I can. And we'll just let that go and see how that works out for that. But it's just a lot easier to do that way rather than risk making a mess of the hubs. And we'll see how that all comes out. And hopefully the citrus strip should take all that old paint right off. Let's move on. Okay, I got my little Ford J car all taken and stripped and polished. It's getting, all I was going to do is do some degreasing, get it ready for paint. A couple of things I wanted to show. What I did here, I tried something I hadn't tried before. I took a little bit of the gel super glue, and then I took a little bit of baking soda, and I try to make a little bit of a thing so that this hood will now open and close without losing it, without falling off. So that seems to work. We'll see how that is as we go on with the build to see if that's going to stay. But it's pretty well shined up. Again, you can see reflection in the things. That's pretty good. The base, of course, that had to be shined up too. I'm going to have to retape the hubs before I paint it. But that's shined up pretty well as well. I just need to degrease it and just clean it up a little bit before I take and paint them. And but the base on the Hong Kong castings have been are painted. They're not clear. They're not just the chrome like I think some of the U.S. castings had it without paint on the base, but these did. So I'm going to repaint this as well. All right. Well, let's move on. Here's a couple new things that I'm trying. Not every time do you have to paint the base on these old red lines as you're restoring them, but on this Ford J car, of course, you have to. I think also on the silhouette, there's some. In the Python, I think some of the Python castings, maybe you have to do that too. But anyways, so one of the things I did, because there's really no place to really grab onto that base, like the other ones have the posts, but But so what I did is I took a piece of wire and I just put it onto the helping hands, and I just pushed it out a little bit so that it fits right there, and so to hold it a little bit better. I've tried toothpicks and stuff, but sometimes the thing doesn't stay on real good, and so this gives it a lot more firmer. The other thing I'm trying to just to see, I've had some old Redline wheels that were just a whole different assortment, and I've been trying to protect the bearings, but the putting tape on it sometimes doesn't always work. They falls off while you're painting and stuff. So I said, well, what if I just put some of these old Redline wheels on, and there's a whole different assortment. There's a big one there and stuff like that, but it's a different assortment of wheels. I said, what if I try that and see what happens to protect the bearings that way, and then I can take them off. I can use them again for other builds if I have to protect the bearings while I'm cleaning up the base. So let's move on. Okay, well, we've got the base of the Ford J-Car all painted, and it's ready. This worked out pretty good using these old wheels to protect the hubs. You can see the hubs are still nice and white, and I've got some nice new wheels to put on. So let's get these wheels put on, and yeah, so we got here we go. And so let's take it off of here and see how we it's rolling. Good, great. Like I say, I think these work pretty good to cover the hubs temporarily, and well, I painted the base, and so I didn't get anything on those hubs. Anyway, let's move on. All right, well, here's all the pieces to our Ford J-Car, original Sweet 16 Redline. Got the base all painted and nice wheels on there. They're all mediums that go on that. Got the little cleaned up the interior. There's not a whole lot to that, as I said before. And then I gave the windshield a little bit of a wash and a dip in the Pledge Revive, and it come out really good. So I'm really happy with that as well. The Ford J-Car itself looks like it's great. It's a green, and I think that hinge that I worked out pretty well. And so we're going to put it all together and see what we got. Here's number 13 in my quest to find and restore each of the original Hot Wheels Sweet 16 Redlines. It's the Ford J-Car, and this one I received from Paul at Diecast Graveyard. Following the Ford GT40 success, in 1966, Ford sought to make a lighter and more aerodynamic version. The result was the Ford J-Car, and one car was sent to Le Mans for testing, where it posted the fastest times in practice sessions. The Hot Wheels J-Car was designed by Harry Bradley and was painted in various Spectraflame colors. The Hong Kong version in green was a rare one, so I chose Spectraflame green from the Redline shop. It has nice medium Redline wheels, and I cleaned the interior and the windshield and gave it a dip in Pledge Revive. I found the last 3 castings I need, and I'm waiting for some parts to finish these restorations. Check out the other restorations on my YouTube channel, and I hope you enjoyed learning about the Ford J-Car and this restoration. As always, God bless, and thanks for stopping by the shop.